I got involved in Emunah when I was newly married, soon after I moved to Toronto. And I was invited to come to a meeting at someone's house, and it was a great way to meet people and make new friends. And it was a great cause that really spoke to me, and something that I felt I could get involved in and support and make a difference.
My good friends Ariella Weiss and Lori Zenitzer approached me to get involved by attending events and programs, but it wasn't until the mission they sent me on in 2001 did I really see what Emunah was. These children that we bring into our homes, and they've lost everything. They don't believe in themselves. It's just terrible situations. We give them faith. We give them hope. We take care of them. We make sure they have a proper education. And most of all, we give them love.
The first time I visited Neve Mikhael was for my daughter Dahlia's bat mitzvah. And Hava Levine gave a tour to Marvin and my mother and I, while the kids went off with some of the other kids and they did challah baking. And afterwards, we all came together into the Chadar Ochel, and to our surprise, they made a whole celebration for Dahlia's bat mitzvah. And we ate and we sang, and they put her up on a chair, and we really celebrated together. And it was a beautiful experience, and we went there intending to give to them, and they gave back to us more than we ever thought that we could get. And it was very meaningful to be able to celebrate and share a simcha like that with these other children.
I was in Israel for a month, and I was volunteering at a home there, and it really impacted my life, and I think it also impacted the kids at the home as well. For me, it really gave life a sense of meaning, and how I felt really privileged to have all the things that I do have that people don't necessarily appreciate. And on the opposite side, I think I really made a difference for the kids there, so it really made a difference for me in that sense, and I think it also made a difference for them.
I was privileged enough to be at an Emunah children's home, so volunteering there I had the opportunity to bond and make connections with a lot of the children, and it was the most amazing thing I realized was how so many people care for these children. Even people all over the world are trying to give these kids bright futures, and B, how these children really appreciate everything that's done for them. They really don't take anything for granted.
At Neve Mikhael, the kids live in family units called mishpachtons. What stood out for me was looking at the tables filled with these different families, and you couldn't distinguish who the biological children were and who the Neve Mikhael children were. They were all one family, and it was just so beautiful to see how they become a cohesive unit, and how these parents have taken on this role of nurturing these children and caring for these children and loving these children as if they were their own.
Emunah translates to mean faith. And when they leave us, they have that faith, they have the love, they trust again, and they go on to be strong members of our community, and they have the ability to give back. They're proud of themselves, they're whole.
To me, volunteering has always been incredibly important. Our communities and our organizations can't survive without volunteers and without donations. I grew up in a home where volunteering was always very important, and my parents modeled that for my brother and I.
When I volunteer, I feel good. I feel that I've done something to help someone else, whether it's direct or knowing that funds that I help raise are going to a really good cause to do really good things. Sending money to Israel to our Emunah programs and our projects makes me feel good because I know that we do good.
I feel very privileged that I'm able to give of my time and volunteer for the community and be involved in so many different projects and organizations, especially Emunah. And I hope that I'm setting a good example for my kids and for others how important it is to give of your time and volunteer. And what really motivates me is that at the end of the day, you get back more than you actually give.